So hello guys, this is Akash from Hookah Buzz and you're watching me live with Razan Gutta.
So what's the hookah scene like in India? Are there a lot of people there that smoke?
Yeah, there are a couple of people like who smoke. You can hear me properly, right? Because I'm on the airport.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the hookah scene in India is like it's not like the people in the US, right? You get everything in California and all. You get different brands. Here in the hookah scene is like they're not very majority of the smokers, but most of them are like teenagers.
Right.
Most of them are teenagers and people who are like above 30, 35, they tend to prefer cigarettes, alcohol, but not exactly like hookah and all. Hookah is still seen as something that the college kids do.
Yeah.
Right. The college kids and that's where the issue is. Basically, if you go for something original, let's say, there are a couple of Chinese products that are there, right? For the cloud, there are Chinese copies. For probos, for hookahs, yes, even for balls, there are very, very poorly made Chinese balls available there. So those that is really circulated very well in the market because the budget here is pretty low. That's why these companies or this whatever sellers import from Chinese stuff, Chinese places, and then the real creator doesn't get the royalty or the credit. So that is a bit of a sad thing over here. What motivates me to put in the community is basically, let me introduce myself to your audience. I'm an IT professional with around 11 years of experience in IT profession. Okay, and I used to smoke hookah properly around 2 to 3 years, not much more than that. I've been smoking properly around 2 to 3 years, and when I saw that everyone is just keep on selling, they don't want to distribute knowledge, and the hookah scene in India is pretty backward. It's the cloud, the provost. It's pretty new over here, and it has been around for 7-8 years in the world market, but in India it's really new. So my intention was just to elevate people's smoking experience, let people know what the technology is all about, let India also come in span of people like who are smoking in UK, America, wherever they want. So that is what we are trying to do in India, basically, in competition with sellers who are trying to take people down and down and down every day. So that's what my intention is, just to elevate people's experience. And I don't do promotions, by the way. I don't do promotions because that is not like I would say I don't need that money, that the small amount of money I earn pretty much well. So that is again stopping me from continue letting me continue to be as real as possible, and as spreading my let me spread my knowledge as much as possible, being true to people and not just doing something just for selling or from a promotional needs. Yeah,
100%, no biases. So I want to ask you, a couple of years ago, I came to India, right? And we went to Bangalore for a couple of days, and we had a fantastic session at this Tikka restaurant in the hotel, and it was a fantastic time. We had great meal. We had a great meal.
Which city is one?
Session in Bangalore.
Bengaluru, okay.
Right. Yeah, Bengaluru. So when we went to Mumbai a couple of days after that, we didn't see any hookah lounges. We didn't see anywhere. They didn't serve shisha anywhere. So we asked around, like, what's going on? And someone told us that hookah is banned in Mumbai. Is it still the case? Is that
okay? What time was that? What time was that?
About 4 years ago, 4 5 years ago.
4 5 years ago. Okay. See, the scene in Mumbai cities, basically it gets banned and unbanned very often. Okay. So hookah is not a very, and in some of the states like Punjab, you must have heard of Punjabis. Their hookah is entirely banned. You cannot open a lounge, you cannot run a lounge, and if you have like 4 to 5 hookahs at your home, they will suspect that you are running a private lounge in your home, and they might raid your home as well. So hookah is I'll tell you one thing. What's happening is, like, there are some irresponsible lounge owners who had created something like one in Mumbai. It got banned. I want you to let know that they were serving some quick light coals, and it got to the curtains, right? And the disaster management was pathetic, and a lot of kids died. Because the entire floor was on fire. So that led these people, the tobacco companies, to pass a resolution to ban hookah.
All right,
Just for that one person who has done his work irresponsibly. So there was, how the hookah, even in the US and the California, people are, raising no tobacco, no hookah campaigns, how hookah affects the COVID patients, or how hookah will increase the chances of getting COVID, but no one says about cigarettes. So this is a big propaganda. I have busted it many times. Okay. And no doctor, even the American Lung Association, Liver Association, Kidney Association, they don't care. Okay. They are all paid with tobacco companies, like a shisha company will not earn as much as like a tobacco or a cigarette making company. They earn in huge crores and crores of rupees. Every government in the world is being paid heavily. Every government knows that a cigarette gives me a lot of money of my GDP in my country, even in 100%. India as well. So that's why these are people that are after the shisha. In Mumbai, herbal is allowed. You know what's a herbal shisha?
Yeah.
Which is not made of tobacco.
As well. Tobacco-free shisha. Yeah. I can't smoke that stuff.
Yeah. But under the hood, like if you're a regular customer, and they will serve you the normal shisha.
Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting to hear that a lot of the stuff happens, below the counter and stuff like that. I'm glad that you have your flavor, I have my flavor. Perhaps we should get right into it.
Yeah.
Before we do, there's a flavor I want to talk to you about. It's something that I actually only started smoking because of you.
Okay, Rasmalai.
Rasmalai. Yeah. So this flavor is made in India, right?
Yeah.
But that was something that I found really interesting, that Afzal is a brand actually made in India, despite all the story going on. And
Afzal is a child company of a big company called Swex International. It is a very big company, okay? And a lot of people don't know, there is a city near to Mumbai called as Pune. Okay, right. And there it has big offices, big distribution factories and all, and it's a pretty big company, Afzal. But somehow, by some of the people have demeaned Afzal over the years in India, right? And still they are doing that same thing. They have demeaned the Afzal, the capacity. Afzal is around, I think, so 140 flavors totally running around the globe. So they have stopped marketing and distribution of good flavors in India, and they have focused on the UK market, American market, and they're doing pretty well, I would say. But slowly and steadily, like I'm a very small person on YouTube, very small, but I have good contacts with distributors who are doing a very good job. They have a good intention of spreading good things in India. So I've been connected with them. And slowly and steadily, you must have smoked Afzal 1001 nights, Afzal Tangerine Twist. Rasmalai would have never appeared in India because this was a hit in other countries. Okay, just because of some peer pressure, a lot of people might say I have only like 440 subscribers right now, but we have been able to create a pressure like that. And there is something called Afzal Strong as well. That was also, I managed to get it from the factory and smoked and told people. So people will continuously ping Afzal India. Right. Hey, bring this flavor. So now the Afzal scene is pretty good. People have smoked. They have experience. Nobody can say that what I'm saying is wrong because people have smoked and it's very budget, right? It's only 90 to 100 rupees in India, which is, I don't know, it's like $1.5. Not much. This 50-gram packet.
Yeah. So is that what a box of flavor costs in India? 100 rupees.
Yeah. This is 50 grams, right?
This is 50 grams.
This is 50 grams, right? So this is like also this is Adela 66. This is like pretty expensive, but that is like 100 rupees. So like $72 72 rupees $1. So I would say 1.5.
Okay, yeah. So for our followers in South Africa, of course, 100 rupees is about 20 rand, and flavors here go for around 30 to 40 rand a box. We've got them all. The ones you're talking about here as well, Adalia. Of course, you're gonna get.
Yeah, I also have that. Yeah.
But that's what we're gonna be making today. Of course, Tech Cash and Carry.
Yeah.
Sponsored this video, and they've got all of this in stock. So it's great stuff that even be in stock from next week, so all our followers can get some of their fix next week. But yeah, I just thought I'd check my favorite flavors before we get into this. So this is a brand called Amaran, and this is actually my personal favorite flavor. I don't think you get it in India, do you?
No, I cannot see the name properly. What
Amaran. It's Amaran.
Amarine. Okay, Amarine. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so basically this is a brand that's made in Cape Town in South Africa, and this is like brands in South Africa. So there's a flavor called Gum.
Okay.
It's absolutely phenomenal. I really hope you can someday get to try it.
Okay.
It's absolutely
Oh,
phenomenal.
that's good.
Well, what are some of your favorite flavors? Perhaps something we don't get in this side of the world you can talk about?
Oh, okay. See, some of the flavors that I like is like, I'll tell you the brand names. Obviously, Alfakar is the best. Okay, Alfakar is the best. I have smoked. Uh, Afzal is doing pretty well. Some of the new flavors that I'm trying, which are made in India, are some of the flavors are TSB brand. Okay, this is my all-time favorite. This is the best in the world. Nobody can beat Adalia, whatever you say. Right. I have smoked. I know what the touch and all packing is awesome. It's perfect in every way. Okay. Alfakar in India, we get a very low quality Alfakar because again, if you're gonna sell it for 120 rupees, which is a box of Alfakar is like 230 rupees if you convert it from $3.49.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
and they're selling it for 120, 130. So obviously, it is very, very low
Yeah.
quality tobacco.
100%.
So
Yeah.
that's why we're not getting the Dubai quality of Alfakar. And neither the US is also getting the Dubai quality of Alfakar. Only Dubai people are getting the best quality of Alfakar. That's the thing. Okay, and some of the flavors I've tried is I'm yet to try some of the world best flavors like Trifecta, Overdose, Tangiers. Okay, uh, Haze, Chaos. We'll get our hands on this. Like in India, the tobacco import is taxed with 72%.
Wow.
You cannot import, and there's a lot of corruption in the customs, a lot of corruption. That
That's
is the reason
incredibly
we
high.
cannot get. I've tried, so it's not worth. And people think about like this is around 230 rupees. If it comes in its original price, it is 230 rupees, and I got it for 450 to 500 rupees. It's variable. It doesn't stay
That's
constant.
almost double what we sell it for and what we pay here. So
I paid a 100-gram Fumari, a blueberry muffin for like I paid 1100 rupees for 100-gram Fumari.
okay, so Fumari, we for 100 grams. Oh wow, I think we pay
100 grams.
we pay a little bit less than that. Essentially, we pay maybe what's it? We pay 180 rand. So times that by 5. So that's maybe it's under 1,000 rupees for sure. And I think that's for the full one. I'm sure that
Yeah, so
grams or so.
every imported flavor we get it for more than the double, and people have sold this Adalia for 600 to 800 to 1,000 rupees as well for this 50 gram. So people are exploiting like anything.
Oh,
Whatever
I
you
think
say.
we're very fortunate to have it here. I think we should really get down to our session now, and we can
Yeah, definitely,
once we're
definitely.
smoking.
I have a Oblako Mono. These are originals. Okay, and I have a hookah down there which I'll lift after. So what I would suggest is let's put the coals. I have coconut coals, 3 coconut coals I'm going to use.
Okay, so this is what I've got. I've got coconut coals, which are cubes, right? And then I've got these. This is titanium cubettes.
Hookah John. Yeah.
So would you suggest
So
cubettes?
these are again, yeah. I would suggest cube. Do you have cube?
Cubes. I have the big cubes.
What are the size? 25?
Yeah,
25 right?
I've got the 25s as well. So 2 or 3.
Yeah. See, the thing is that if I wanna, I can also go and add with 2 coals, but I need to put the lid again. We can also do the German way of putting 3 coals. Everything is fine.
I think usually, right, a lot of people I know smoke with 2 coals because 2 coals for
Yeah.
But
it
never gives me enough cloud output.
Yeah. Because the thing is that you need to preheat this thing also little bit, not much. You need to preheat this thing, and with 3, like if we are in a video, we are a shortage of time, right? We cannot wait for 10 minutes for the cloud to like burn or something. That's why let's use 3 coals so that it immediately starts up.
Okay, let's do that.
So I'm gonna put my coals in the burner. It will take around 7 to 8 minutes.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Basically, this is I'll reopen. I'll unwrap Adalia. What you do is like when it's packed in the packet, you should mush it so that the juices and the tobacco gets mixed evenly.
Okay, for sure.
Quickly cut this thing. Smell the awesome passion fruit and everything. What it has: honeydew melon, watermelon.
What a flavor! What a flavor! Absolutely love.
What a flavor! We have very less of this in India, so I have only 3 packets left. So I'm preserving and conserving this thing and smoking. Okay, what I tend to carry is always a scale, which helps me in packing. And I figured out that this Oblako Mono takes around 15 grams of flavor. So I want to be exact because if I don't measure my flavor, it might be, it might affect my cloud session. So I want to be perfect in that.
But you gotta be a bit more simple for our viewers. Our viewers just want to pack really quickly.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just ignore the scale, I would say. Yeah, this is. So at least I can tell that you need to mix it, and you need to, clear lumps first.
Okay, I have
It'll be simple.
cardboard over here from the coals, and I'm gonna mix it up as well a little bit.
Yeah. So this much at least flavor is good for your black mono. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, what do you think? These silicone heads over here, about 20.
This is what we right.
Around 20 grams of tobacco. Yeah.
Yeah. So
of course,
actually, from my experience, you don't need more than 15 to 16 grams of flavor per session. Okay. So I'm gonna make a video that how can you smoke entire hookah session in under 40 rupees. That's less than $1. Yeah, I'm going to show for people. So a lot of people, waste tobacco. A lot of people put some extra coals which are not required. And if you're smoking and you have a tight budget, then it helps a lot to measure your cost, right?
Of course.
So what you need to do is just sprinkle with loose hands, loose finger, just sprinkle, and not press. Never press anything from the top. Okay. Just keep it as loose as possible. By the way, it's okay if your cloud touches the base. That lets you to, base of the cloud touches the flavor, I would say, in that case.
You know what I usually do? I usually take this glass out to make sure that it's packed in so much so that the base doesn't touch the flavor, because I usually feel that it catches your throat and burns as soon as it catches.
Yeah, it does. It all depends upon your habit, right? If you can take the burn, it's fine, I would say. So yeah.
So how do I get it now below the line? Should I, or should I leave it even if it's above the line? Can you see that?
It's okay. Just fill till the line. Yeah, I can see that. That's okay. We're using 3 coals, so anyways, it's gonna heat up pretty quickly. And if it becomes a little bit harsh, then we'll put 1 coal down. That's fine, and put the lid on.
Perfect.
But in my video, I don't recommend using 3 coals because again, people are on the budget, and 1 coal costs around 4 rupees over here. I think so. Titanium coals are low heat coals. I've not used them. I've heard about them.
Yeah, they're not that hot. Yeah, but actually at the moment, since I put the cubes on instead of the cubettes, I have the titanium cubettes. But in terms of the cubes, I have regular Shisha Buzz Cocoa Gold. So that's 55 goals. It's manufactured in South Africa, and basically you can say that it goes for about 500 rupees for a box of 72 coals. That's 1 kilo.
That is pretty much the same what we have in India. We get the best quality in India coals for around 350, 400 rupees. Almost the same.
Yeah.
And those are the best coals in India, made in India.
Do you get Narayan coals there?
Narayan coals? What is that?
That's a brand as well. I'm not sure where it's made, but it's actually quite good as well. Cubes also.
There are a lot of coals, but there is no perfect coal in India. Like we don't get good. I don't think so. There are as good as coals as titaniums in India.
Okay.
Because a lot of people complain that like the pure natural coals will take time to heat up. Okay.
100%.
Because it's not been added with any kind of powdered material so that it ignites faster.
Right. And then in terms of flavor, do you feel that the tobacco is absolutely fine? There's no need to cut it or dry it or anything like that?
See, this is a medium cut. Okay, Adalia is a medium cut. It is fine. Some of the tobacco brands who don't have that much of a production quality that they would fine cut each tobacco, you may go and chop, but always keep it medium cut.
All right.
Don't chop too much. Otherwise it will burn too fast because the heat reaches the flavor too quickly. Because heat management is a very big thing in hookah. Even if you don't know mixing and all, heat management is everything in shisha.
And then there's a myth.
So my packing is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I was gonna say there's a myth. A lot of people say you should dry your tobacco first to get rid of the glycerine.
No.
What's your thoughts?
If you are, well, basically that if you have like let me take it up.
Hmm.
And since my packing is done. Yeah, the thing is that if you're using a traditional 5 holes bowl,
Right?
5 holes, the traditional Egyptian, then what happens is like if you have too
Like
much of a
this.
juicy tobacco, like if you're using for yeah. This is a traditional Egyptian clay bowl. Okay, so if you're using that, if you have a very juicy tobacco, let's say Kumari, which like keeps on flowing juices, not like Adele. Adele is a very well soaked tobacco. So in
Right.
that case, what happens is your juices will start flowing in your pipe. It will it will stain. It will be very hard for you to clean up. It will go in the base and all, and it will block the holes. That is what is recommended. If you have a very juicy tobacco, take a tissue paper, just pat over it once.
Right.
That's
Okay.
it. But if your pack method is absolutely perfect, you can still pack the juicy tobacco in that clay bowl, because
Wow.
I never extract any juices. I
I
never
think
do
I
that.
think we need to talk about how to pack a clay bowl next up, the next time we chat.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I think my
A lot
pack
of people,
is done. It's not coming above the rim.
yeah,
I think if I put my collude on top,
yeah,
it's not gonna touch.
yeah.
So that,
Yeah. I have a very old cloud. It's like 4 years now,
okay.
so it's messed up. Yeah. So what your is a tight fit. I'll just rest it over it, because this
Okay.
works on an Oblako. Fantastic.
Wow.
Even these Oblakos are not available in India, by the way. No international or original bowls are available. I've imported this from Panama from
Wow.
one of my friends.
Okay.
I paid around like 1,000 rupees more, but because I want to experience that. I'm a hookah reviewer, so I got to experience
Yeah, you have to.
the
You
real
have to
stuff
see
as
what
well.
it's all about.
But,
And is your collude an
but
original one?
no, this is not an original one. But this is the best copy available. This is the
I'd
best
say I'd
copy.
say the same.
This copy is no more available. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. This is the same to same. You cannot differentiate. Even a most experienced
Yeah.
smoker cannot differentiate between this. This is working for like 4 years now, right? And I think so. What the Chinese did is like made an original cloud and sold it for a very low price.
I think so. I think that's what
And
happened.
after that, they came to know that they're providing very good products in very low price. So this cloud is not available in the market
Because
in India.
even for our viewers, I'd say that this is available in your side for maybe about 1,000 rupees is what it sells for you, the copy.
But this one is like 350 rupees in India.
Oh wow.
Very, very cheap.
That's worth it. All right. So it's selling for about 150, 200 Rand for our viewers here. And we're going to be getting Socket Tech cash and carry as well. So it comes just like this. And then as you've seen, you can buy a bowl like his or even any Chinese bowl or the silicone ones. Now tell me, when do we put this on the burner?
I would say that, just you need to look into your coals. Just you don't need to put. I would recommend just, take your tongs like this. Just keep it over it.
Okay.
For just when you think that it's only 1 minute remaining in for my coals to fully burn, then I would just place it over it and don't heat too much. It might melt.
Absolutely.
Or it might, when you put it over it, it will start burning. So your tobacco has to be gradually heated, not put in a gas stove or something that it would burn it entirely. So what I have today is Alpha X. You must have heard. This is a pretty nice hookah. I've also ordered Odoman Micro, which I'm going to review in my channel soon.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the only thing real available over here. And we are making an attempt. So it's not that India is a poor country. By the way, people have money. You can always buy one cloud. That's it. You can always have only one bowl, one hookah, and one provost. That's it. Keep it well. You don't need to break your bowl every now and then. And I think so. Everyone does have some kind of a budget. Like anyone in India, however poor they are, still can buy a cloud in like 2-3 years. It's like 3,000-4,000 rupees, original one and all.
Yeah.
A bowl and all. I also recommend my subscribers or followers to always go for original as much as possible till the time we bring it in India. And obviously, we are bringing, one of my seller is bringing it from Panama, like 20-30 clouds, 20-30 provost. So it spreads. This helps in spreading knowledge. Even the 20-30 is not much, but it creates more demand from people, as people will be experiencing the difference of the original and the fake ones.
Of course, and I think ultimately we all have to eventually invest in an original one. But for now, I think really just help give us a taste of what cloud is.
No, I'll tell you the reason. It's not that there are like people who have low income in India only. Even in South Africa, even in US, people have low incomes, but they have a mindset to invest in good things, right?
100%.
Now, this mindset is not very well have evolved in India. The reason behind is that the sellers, if you provide them cheap duplicates, if you provide them that this is the best, don't go for original, then the mindset will not change, right?
100%. I agree with
That's what is happening. Let's see how it goes, right? So generally in a cloud, I would like to keep it like for 5 minutes before start pulling.
Okay.
Yeah, almost done my codes.
Okay, let me show you my shisha for now. So I've got the Almani Smoke Me 6 on my side. This is a German brand. Of course, Shisha Bars on our side have brought them in. So it's great that we're actually getting these big brands in now to South Africa as well. And they're making them available and stuff like that. So I've really loved the experience smoking this for the time being. And only got it for a couple of months, but I'm really loving it.
Okay. This has an X function. Where's the purge from?
Huh?
Where's the purge from?
Purge is from the sides in the clothes. What about yours?
Mine is from the center. I'll show you.
Oh wow!
It's like it's kind of an animation.
Yeah.
So this is Alpha-X is a pretty much a known brand in the world.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
You must have heard. Yeah, you must have seen most Breeze 2 videos where this animation comes. So not actually animation. This purge smoke comes from the top.
Yeah.
Let me place it. Okay, it should start in like 4 minutes.
Okay, I'm getting my coals on now as well. You didn't put your cloud on the stove at all, right?
I didn't put.
Yeah, same.
But generally, it's a recommendation for beginners, right? Because we're doing this video for beginners only, right? People who don't know. You might put it in the cloud, but don't leave it like that, I would say. Just keep it sitting for like 30-40, because I have heard people complaining that my cloud is melted in my stove.
Oh, wow.
And my stove is crude. So that's not the case.
I'm really looking forward to the session. Oh, wow. Yours is already smoking.
Yeah.
Very little from my side.
These coals, that's okay. Those are titanium. Those are low heat. And to be very precise, those are meant to be used over a foil. That's why if you see Hookah John, he uses 4 coals on the. You don't need. To my experience, you never need more than 2 coals per session. Never. You will never need 25 mm coals.
And then tell me, your cloud, does it black out the coals whereby you have to turn them, or do you just leave them there?
See, the thing is that why I said that you should heat the inside of the cloud, because the cloud is a metal and it's always cold. So if you put a hot thing over a cold thing, right, then there's a blackout because there's a lack of oxygen. So it does black out, but nothing to worry about that. You can always flip. Because in a cloud, see what happens is this: people have a misconception that if something is blacked out from the bottom, then it won't smoke better. That's the case of foil.
Right.
That's the case of foil, where the heat is only transferred from one direction. This is a cloud. You cool it is creating an environment, and then how the heat goes. So these are simple sciences that people don't overthink. I'm not genius in this, but some thinking over it takes someone to the next level.
And then of course,
I hope you also got what I tried to say. Right.
Of course, after a while, the coals are going to shrink a little bit and all 3 will fit inside. Do you put the lid on then, or do you still leave the lid off?
When you're using 3 coals, the coal will automatically fall when it becomes small. Okay. Then I put the lid.
Great. Okay, let's have a look now to see if it's done. So.
There's an environment that is heating up. It is cooling your flavor, I would say. It cools the flavor as well. And this is a glass bowl, right? The glass bowl doesn't perform that well as that of the clay bowl, right? The clay bowl is basically, your heat is from the top, right? Heat is from the top. And when the heat is from the top, it redistributes. Since it's a clay, it has pretty much heat soaking capabilities. So it will soak your heat and redistribute in the lower portion of the bowl where the heat tends not to reach that much. And it also depends upon how shallow your bowl is. You should never buy a bowl which is very shallow, like
Right.
very deep, I would say, not shallow, very
Yeah.
deep. You should never buy a bowl because ultimately you'll be wasting that part of the tobacco. When you open up, you'll find that the tobacco is not that much burnt. One thing about that the bowl that you're smoking right now is that the glass bowls works pretty well because glass is also a very good conductor of heat. It retains the heat, but there is a silicon over there,
Right.
which is again, trying to a little bit cool it down. These are very technical topics. I don't know if people or your subscriber will understand, but that's how I am. That's what hookah buzz is.
No, 100%. So you see here, we've still got people smoking the really small Chinese pumpkin pipes with pan ras in a small head with foil and a round quick light coal. And that is something I'm
This place.
innate from this industry, to be honest. In South Africa, if we can get people to stop smoking quick lights, it'll be the best thing that could happen.
Quick lights are very bad for health. There's a gunpowder in quick light. That's why it automatically fires up that quick. And now we have a good call. Like, it's not about the cloud. It's about I'm judging the amount of smoke that is getting out of your mouth.
And it's enjoyable. I think that's the most important thing. You have to taste the flavor the way it's supposed to be tasted.
Ardelia is perfect in every way. Ardelia loves it. I have smoked Ardelia 3 Angels. I didn't like that much, but this one is the best.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with 3 Angels at all. I love double melon ice, but I think my favorite Adalia flavor has to be icy watermelon. If you can get that, you have to share your thoughts with me because that is absolutely amazing. It's so difficult to find at the moment because as soon as it comes in, it gets sold out almost instantly. So you have to be lucky to get your hands on a carton of that.
But that is imported legally, right?
Completely legal.
Here is imported illegally. They come in check-in bags.
Oh, wow.
And in very limited quantities. And that too, I buy 10 packets at once. So they're pretty much out of stock. I might make a video of my stock later on YouTube. I'll be alive. I think so. I have 200 flavors and all, 5-6 hookahs and all, everything. And by the way, let me tell you one thing. I smoke secretly. Like in the other room, my parents are sleeping. It's noon in the time. My parents are sleeping. They don't know I have a channel. It's a pretty secret, and everyone knows. You know,
I didn't know that.
Secretly, that's why I make. It's not very. They don't know that I smoke a hookah and all. And my wife sitting here, right here and all, and she supports me a lot in all this kind of creativity content. And I only smoke in my bedroom. Eventually, in 2-3 months' time, I will move to a better location where maybe I won't have my parents around. They will move to a different place. So in India, I know how now, how people stay together and all. So that is the thing. They don't know I have so many hookahs. I have a closet and I hide everything in there.
Unbelievable. One of my favorite hookah channels, Smokes in Secret. I think that's one of the standout topics of today.
I am in constant fear that my dad also, watches YouTube a lot. He shouldn't get a recommendation. Then I will throw it out of my home.
Imagine the scenes. Oh, wow. Okay, so you mentioned...
Then probably I have to convince him to smoke together. Let's smoke together then. I'm pretty good at convincing, man. I'm pretty good at convincing.
That would make for an insane video. That video would cross 1,000 views instantly.
I'll get a lot of beating first. Like, I'm 32 right now. Pretty much old, but still, this Indian parenting and all, right? They don't know. And I have a lot of hookahs coming in. I store it in somewhere. They don't know what is this exactly.
But I think this is an interesting problem you're mentioning because a lot of our customers as well, and a lot of people in my area here smoke in secret, especially the teenagers and the school kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have this. So are there any tips you can share on how to hide from your parents? This is definitely not something we should be talking about, but it seems like it's so relevant. So let's have a go.
You should have a room for yourself first, and you should have a bed. Okay, and the bed should open up, and there should be a place to store everything. Even if you're smoking in secret, like I have 25 bowls.
Wow.
I have Cloud Lotus 2, 1, 2 Provost, 2 fake, 1 original, and a lot of other kind of heat management devices. I am out of space. I have 5 hookahs. Just imagine in my small bedroom how I have stored 5 hookahs. And I have 200 flavors. I have 2, 3, 4 kg of coals lying around, and they don't see anything when they come to my room.
Wow. Okay, so you mentioned you have a lot of flavor, right? I want to ask you an interesting
Yeah.
topic is, does flavor expire?
Flavor, as any flavor works for like 2 years. Okay. If you're purchasing a flavor, don't take a flavor which is expiring in like 6 months or 3 months, right? What happens to the flavor is that since it's a tobacco has no expiry date.
Right.
Tobacco has no expiry date, but the flavors and the molasses and the juices that are there inside the tobacco might fade in taste. So I would say for around 3 months post expiry, you can smoke. But after that, depending upon the tobacco brand and whatever quality you are using, it will deteriorate. It will not affect that much to the health. But again, the session will be very poor, no clouds, because it's glycerine, it evaporates in the air. And you should always store your tobacco in containers, airtight containers, so that it remains fresh for longer time. If you're smoking from 50-gram packet, no matter how you store it in a temperature controlled environment, it will, it will produce less clouds if it's stored for too long.
Okay, that's a great tip for everyone.
I would like to explain like how do I shoot my videos. Okay, so I have basically a ring light and a phone. I used to previously shoot with a DSLR. I have a professional microphone, the Blue Yeti, which is used by almost all podcasts. Okay, all podcast people who are doing podcasts. So I make sure the audio is very good, because a lot of Indian reviewers, hookah reviewers are there. They don't care about the audio, and there is some background music going on. Your voice is overlapping that. Nobody can hear anything, right? People are always, mostly listening to your videos in your mobile phone, right? And without the earphone. So your voice has to be absolutely crisp and clear. Okay. And nowadays I've started using iPhone because it's a very compatible accessory, right? And from a DSLR, like when I used to shoot in a DSLR, I would have to spend a lot of time in copying the files. There are some huge files, and then editing and all. So I use Adobe Premiere Pro, pretty much the big standard software, and I mix the audio with the video. And basically, I spend a lot of time in searching for good music, non-copyright free music, and has to be unique as well. I don't reuse my music ever in my videos, right? So that is the most time, and also editing catchy intro. I've started this animation thing. It takes a lot of time now, right, to think about. And I don't sit with a script, by the way. I just sit and I shoot. I never use a script or a pointer that what I need to speak.
And that's what I love about this chat as well. It's completely like improvised. Everything's just natural and flowing. And I like having conversations.
Yeah, I didn't prepare anything for coming to, like, I didn't prepare anything while coming. I just set up my hookah and table. That's it. Nothing much. I didn't commit to any script. So I'm also connected to international hookah community, Hookah Unlimited, where we get to learn a lot of things. A lot of people might think that, how do I know all these things? It's because I'm connected to international community. So I get the best of whatever they discuss, best of whatever they have. And unfortunately, in India, there is no hookah reviewer, who is dealing with good topics, right? And that's what my intention is. And also not care about the subscriber or the views that I get. My intention in YouTube is only to put as much as knowledge as possible. In 10 years down the line, people will see the videos, they'll benefit. That's what my intention is basically. And let's say in 5 years down the line, 6 years, 7 years down the line, when I might be a little bit slow on my channel in putting content, then I would just want to see my videos and see that yes, I've done something to one community. I've contributed something to one community. I get a lot of appreciations in DM. I don't flaunt them. That's that's fine. Like every day, same person will come. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your guidance. We were aloof all these years. We were smoking for around 10 to 15 years, and we didn't knew this thing. I would just say them like that's what I'm here for, right? To elevate people's experience.
Great. And I think when I first discovered the channel as well, I could just go through all of the content on there, and I was like really, really impressed. I learned so much despite being smoking for quite a few years now. And it's great having you as our hookah consultant.
Yeah, definitely. I could have made videos in English as well then, but the thing is that there are a lot of English channels who do pretty much well, and I wanted to cater the Indian audience. That's why I make the hookah videos in Hindi so that I can reach maximum people, and maximum people who don't speak that. My English is a little bit fast. You can see that, right? So, so that people can benefit from my knowledge apart from language barrier. A lot of international people also tell me, why don't you put subtitles in your video? So I said, I speak so fast, you won't be able to read that. I speak very fast. So only one of the videos, like the Kaizen grenade, which I shot on request of some international guy, that I made in English. Otherwise, generally I don't make videos in English.
That's actually one of the videos.
But I think so. What I felt,
I watched.
Yeah, what I felt from my videos is that people are able to understand even if I'm not speaking in the language. People told them, why watching my videos, man? It's like it's in Hindi. How can you understand? They say that you explain with your expression and all. We pretty much understand almost 80% what you're trying to say. So it makes sense for me to watch videos. Like I know that you might be also not very good in Hindi in understanding and all, right?
No, I understand. Thankfully, I understand because I'm really big on the Bollywood scene. So I do a lot of movie reviews and stuff like that. So in terms of Hindi, like from the movie.
Yeah. I was pretty surprised to watch your Instagram channel. That how could you get the WWE people to get on interviews like Edge and all? Come on, like it's fine that NXT people is fine, but Edge.
Yeah, so no,
really
we big on the WWE scene. Yeah. I'm actually an honest student in journalism, so I'm building a portfolio at the moment, and I'm studying at Wits University in Johannesburg, and we're building doing WWE stuff for about a year now. Since lockdown started, that's been something I've been doing. I've been big on that. And then as well as covering cricket, local cricket here, I do a lot of that. And then, of course, Premier League football, I watch a lot of that, hopefully trying to get as well. So
definitely understood that you're a journalist. Definitely understood, and told a lot of people that, I'll be interviewed by a journalist who is from South Africa, who is of Indian origin, but he's from South Africa. That's a great compliment. And for me as well, that somebody from the international community is interviewing me, right? And recognizing me as someone with a person with knowledge, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's great being able to chat to you. And I'm loving the session. That's great.
Yeah. You don't have to put much effort in Adalia. Like you don't need to put much effort in packing. You don't need to put much effort in heat management. This tobacco is made in such a way to resist any kind of heat. You have a good bowl, you have a good coals, you have good tobacco, then you don't need much thing of a management kind of a thing. Some of the hookah tobaccos like Afzal is low heat, right? So you have to manage a lot. That's why I try to explain in videos like how to manage it.
You mentioned your Kaizen grenade video a little bit earlier. That's one of the videos that I found most interesting on your channel because it's not a pack.
Yeah.
So the Kaizen grenade, for our viewers now watching, there's a video that he did on his channel and you guys can check it out. It's a Russian pack. So you put the flavor in the head and then you put the HMD on top of it and then the foil and then a stack load of coals. And it's not something that really worked out in your video. I watched the video and it took a really long time to heat up.
It never works out because the draw is very, very hard. I had like kind of chest concussion after that. The draw is very, very hard. And that's what I wanted to myth bust. I want to bust the myth that it's not a very good way to smoke, right? And it was a terrific session for me. I couldn't smoke that night. I shot the video in the evening, like 5:30 in the evening, and at night I couldn't smoke because there was a kind of too much pressure on my chest because you need to pull a lot, and that doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. That's the thing that I wanted to prove in my video.
And then another thing is the importance of staying hydrated while smoking. Do you feel that? I noticed you haven't been drinking any water or anything, but it's important, surely, right?
Yeah, I have a water over there. You should always get you should always hydrate yourself. Or somehow I have for my life I have seen that I require less water. I don't require much water. So always I recommend that you should smoke. You should always have some fruits like melon, watermelon, these are watery fruits, right? So you should always keep having on those fruits while you're smoking hookah. And I don't prefer aerated drinks, by the way. I didn't prefer aerated drinks. I would say if you wanna, need that cleaning up, if you want to clean your palate when you're smoking hookah, you can have soda or any homemade drink is fine with me. Like, but you should at least have 1 liter of water. If you're smoking regularly, like 2, 3 balls a day, you will have some kind of itching and some kind of it feels like somebody's pulling your guts. It feels like that. Like generally, I feel that. So 1 liter during the session, you should always have some kind of a fluid. Mostly water is very good, I would say.
100%.
I have a habit of purging, so I'm not getting any hot smoke.
When you have such a nice purge system like on your Alpha and even on the Smoke Me 6, it's just great. It just looks so aesthetically pleasing that you have to do it all the time.
Yeah, that's what. By the way, I would like to mention that hookah doesn't matter for your session. It all depends how mastery you have done in your heat management and packing. Even if you're in a small hookah, you can smoke very well. Or branded or non-branded depends, because branded hookah, if you're purchasing original hookah, you get the best quality glass and not compromising on any kind of like. I'll tell you one. In your Chinese company, they don't care, man, what product they're using, what material they're using, food grade or not. They just want to deliver this thing. They just want to deliver because they are producing in thousands and lakhs and pieces and distributing worldwide, right? So they don't care. So always I would prefer, go for a clear glass or like a good brand if your budget allows, or at least go for some Indian brand, right? At least that is original, right? Go for an Indian brand which is original. Don't go for very, very Chinese fakes. Like you mentioned that in your locality in South Africa, people go for the smart pumpkin hookah and all. They're not very good. People also go for acrylic hookahs. They're not very good because if your base or your stem or your whatever components that you're using is not is kind of a plastic. Acrylic is mixed with plastic as well, right? If it's plastic, then when it gets heated, it creates fumes that you won't be able to you won't be able to detect at first, but it causes harm in the long term.
Maybe we should talk about some mixes. Like what are some of your favorite mixes?
Yeah, my favorite mixing, I'm a big apple lover, like a vintage apple lover. I like 80% apple, double apple, alfakar, and 20% Pandras. And there is another called flavor. You might try that. This is called as the brain freezer in India, which is basically 33% alfakar orange. I'll share you. 33% orange, 33% again grape, and the rest should be Pandras. So it's like 30, 30, 33, 33, 33. It around 99 or 100%. And this is a kind of mix that will knock you out. Grape, orange, and Pandras. It will definitely knock you out. You'll feel the spin.
Okay, that's interesting. So alfakar grape as well.
You can use alfakar grape, but that gives the most best feeling, I would say, alfakar. There are other brands as well. It depends. Like you can smell grape and you can smell other brand grape. If it's similar, go for it.
Would it work with grape mint? Because I know grape mint is one of the very popular flavors around here.
You can use grape mint, then use less of Pandras, because Pandras also has some menthol feel. Use less of Pandras. It depends upon choice. A lot of people don't like pan. A lot of people don't like pan. They say that they screws up the hookah, the stem and all, and they have to wash it like with everything they have.
But that is true to an extent. Am I right? Pan is a flavor that I don't like putting in all my hookahs because I do feel like the taste stays in there.
You need to wash your hookah very well. A lot of people say that you need to have a separate hookah if you're smoking double apple or pan, because the flavor still remains. But again, it all depends upon a washing technique. I have smoked a lot of pan and I use the same hookah again and again, but I have to wash it really, really well to get off that pan thing. It depends on your washing technique, I would say.
Okay, that's interesting.
Nothing will stay, right? You have a glass hookah, how can the pan flavor stay over there? You need to wash it everywhere, like from the base, from the pipe. I generally wash my pipe with hot water. There's a silicone, nothing affects it. So I wash it with hot water and all, right? Okay. So it goes off. Wash it like 4-5 times till the pan flavor goes off.
Great stuff. Okay. Thank you so much, Akash. It was so great having you here on the page today. I think our viewers have learned so much. I've learned so much personally, and really hope that we can catch up again in the future.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for introducing me to your audience as well. And it was a privilege talking to you and sharing hookah experience to another level, to out of India as well. And I'm really grateful and looking forward to have such sessions in future as well with you.
100%. Thank you. Cheers.